DJDUBL.
It's DJDUBL here, and today I'm sat with Birmingham's very own champion. Got Dapz On The Map in the building.
Charge, what are you saying for more?
I'm all right, bro. How are you?
I like that intro. That was nice.
Well, there you go. There you go. One of the highest rated artists in Birmingham, in my opinion. Would you say like the Brum scene is the healthiest that it's ever been?
Getting back to it, yeah. Now,
getting back to it?
Yeah, getting back to it. I would say 2012, 2013, Birmingham was really at its peak. And I feel like 017, 018, coming into 019 is us again. Why
do you think the rest of the country is so late to get on the Birmingham wave? Because there's so many artists that do bust inside Birmingham and then the rest of the country get on. Does that make sense?
I think it's probably the language barrier at first.
The language, the accents and the slang.
even though we're all speaking English, like I feel like, not to say London, but the UK found it hard to embrace our accent. But now, like, they love it. Like, so I think it's time now. I think it's time.
It definitely works. I find when I hear artists from Birmingham, they do stand out a lot more. Maybe it's because we've been so oversaturated with like London and South accents, maybe.
That's what it is.
Do you think you get overlooked as an artist in terms of the rest of the nation? Because we already know Birmingham loves you. Yeah. So the rest of the country, I feel like they're a little bit late. Do you feel that way?
I used to feel like that, but I feel like it's my fault.
Okay, how so?
Because I've just been on my channel for like YouTube, for instance. Like the other day, me and Scorpz done a song called Turnt. We put it on Grime Daily.
Right.
That's the first video I ever put on Grime Daily. Like
right. Okay.
Ever. Before that, I was just putting videos on my own channel. Right. Okay. So if you wasn't a fan of Dapz, or if you didn't know who Dapz was, you wouldn't know. Right. You know what I mean? Because how are you gonna find him? And I remember before, like in 2009, 2010. I used to be on Grime Blog a lot. I used to be on P110 a lot. Why? Because I used to feel like I was a top boy in my city and they was filming all the top boys and they had to film me, because if you didn't film me, it didn't make sense. How are you not filming me? Like I got you, yeah. You know what I mean? So I was on those channels, but then I felt like I got to the level where their channel and my brand was clashing a little bit, and I came off those channels and started to just do my videos on my own channel. But the scene's changed now, fam. It's a new scene again now. It's a whole new sound, it's a whole new genre of music. Like, never mind just grime, you know what I mean? You got Afrobeat, you got drill, you got you know what I mean, bro, trap. Like, all these sounds was not really heavily influenced in the UK scene at that time when we was doing what we was doing. So now it is putting videos on your own channel. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, because I've got a lot of videos on my own channel and I will still use my own channel, but I feel like I just need to work on the other channels for a little bit. It can look like, Scorpz said it himself, he goes, yo bro, on the other side it can look like you don't even like mess with them. I'm thinking it's definitely not that case, but I was thinking, let me just build my channel. But you know what, I'm gonna like play the game and be on there, be on my own, be on Link Up, be on my own, be on, you know what I mean? Like, why not? Like, it's not like I have a problem with them, they have a problem with me. Like, let's start flexing and moving like I was moving back in the day. Mini
Valet dropped last year. Personally, for me, that was one of my favourite like grime records of the year. Wow. Another song that I'd say really kind of got overlooked.
Respect for more.
And then there was like a little bit of a, I don't want to say hiatus, because it wasn't.
It was, man. It was.
Yeah, I don't think it's long enough to be, but you kind of dropped it. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be followed up by another like incredible thing, but you kind of went quiet again until this year.
Yeah. I feel like I had to find myself mentally.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, after I'd done my first headline show, I felt like I was entitled to all the perks that doing a headline show may bring. You know what I mean? So booking agents, I don't know, like label interest, this is where my head was at the time, and like more support from the city, even though they've given me enough, you know what I mean, more. When that wasn't coming, it's like the egotistical side in Dapz On The Map took a strop, got upset about it, and wasn't feeling it, you know what I mean? He was on a vibe like, well, why? And then I can't be creative in that space, you know what I mean, bro? And music wasn't really getting made. And then music not getting made, it doesn't fuel my soul. This is all I do. So I was getting down and sad, and I wouldn't call it depressed, but it definitely wasn't like my normal positive self. You know what I'm saying, fam? I started being grateful again and understanding that this is a given. And even my brother said it to me the other day, and it's true. He goes, "We don't reward fish for swimming, fam."
Oh, bro, that's the sickest phrase.
He killed it. He killed
yes.
it. He killed it. That's what my brother said to me. He goes, "Fam, we don't reward fish for swimming, fam, because that's what they do."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they do. So I was like, yeah, that's true. That's what I do. I do music. I MC. I rap. My name is Dapz On The Map. This is what I do. So I can't be screwing for people not rewarding me for doing what I do.
Yeah.
This is what I do. I'm supposed to do this. This is normal, so to speak. Even though it's not normal for me, but it is normal because this is who I am. I'm expected. You know what I mean? Like if you work a 9 to 5 and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna go in for a year. Try going in a year after that and see if you've still got that same job. Yeah. You know what I mean, bro?
For real.
Like 2 days, see if you got the job, never mind a year, bro. You can just not phone and you can't turn up. Like you've got responsibility, you have a duty, your name is who your name is, you work here, you have a duty. And I just wasn't paying care and attention to my duty. That's what I feel like it was, because I was too much in my feelings. And it's a business. You can't really be in your feelings too much. We love to be in our feelings as artists, but you can't, because it's a business at the end of the day. And you're requested, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I have a job to do. It is a job now, because I'm at the level now and the age now where, like, I should be doing something. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do, so this is my job. Yeah. That's how I look at it, fam.
Yeah, and furthermore, being signed. Congratulations, by the way. Signed to Insanity, which happened this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of artists, they don't realise, but the work really starts when you get signed. It's not like a case of you work, then you get signed, and that's the retirement plan. So I think you're right, man, about,
That came after. That came after I started to be grateful for the little things I have. Never mind what I want. Just be grateful for the little things I have. The label situation came shortly after that. I dropped off to work. I felt like I made a track with one of the artists that I inspired to be like as a youth man. You know what I mean?
JME.
Listening to this guy, like putting out tropical CDs and stuff like that. That was like a checklist on my to-do list. You know what I mean? Like, I done a tune with JME, got gas, I wanted to do the video. There was a situation on the table at the time. I had my hopes up. It didn't go through. Kind of demotivated me again. Like, wear my heart on my sleeve too much in this game is you can't do that. This is what I've learned now that I'm back in the motion again. You can't do that, bro. Like, because I take this personal. This is emotional to me, because it's real life stories. You know what I mean? It's real life emotions, how I feel. This is not talking about. I'm not doing a track about you. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'm not. This is me. So, dropped off to work and got myself back together, man. Literally. And
that was a real interesting track. And knowing what I know about you, when you dropped Murder, you sampled your daughter. Yeah. And I wasn't at the show, but I remember hearing that you brought her out on stage at the headline show, right? And so when I heard Off to Work, you know what my first thought was? Like, this is a man who spent hours watching Disney movies right here.
It's probably not even Disney, fan, but Peppa Pig. What's it? PJ Masks.
Yeah.
Bing.
All of them. But particularly Snow White. Because of the hook.
I grew up on that though. I grew up on that.
Right.
You know what
Okay.
I mean? That wasn't them. I grew up on that, but it wasn't intentionally supposed to be from that. Because I wasn't watching Snow White even for let's make a song. You know what I mean? I was watching something totally different. Like, I can't even remember what I was watching. I think it was like some inspirational documentary. It was a Sunday, fam. I remember it was a Sunday when I wrote the chorus for After Work. It was a Sunday. I was listening to some inspirational documentary on YouTube, and I wasn't listening to it. My dad was watching it.
Right.
And it was saying something about after work. It's gotta get off to work. Gotta get off to work. It was like an American geezer. He was talking, fam, saying off to work, off to work. And I was like, yeah, it's off to work. Where you go, man? And I just said it again. It's off to work. Where you go? Yeah. Then I thought, ooh, I like that. Here. Yeah, I got something here. Then somehow, I don't know how, fam. Sometimes I felt like, obviously, I'm a believer. You get me? And I believe that sometimes, like, God just assists me, fam. Because where did that come from? I hold, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I thought about Snow White, like it's Off to Work We Go, and that's when it clicked. But originally, Off to Work, it was just from something totally different, like nothing to do with Snow White. I don't know how she crept in afterwards.
Yeah,
you get me? She crept in, you get me?
How do you find the balance between music and parenthood? Because music, like you said, is a job.
Yeah.
But it's like a 24/7. It's not a 9 to 5, man. It's a 24/7.
This is the part I struggle with, man, because it's a 24-hour job, and there's hours when I'm around my kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of hours when I'm around my kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't want to show. But then sometimes if you look, being in Dapz On The Map's world, i.e. going on Instagram, seeing what Dapz is saying, let me click on Dapz's story. And then sometimes Dapz's story has been playing for 8 hours. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, what's Dapz doing? Bro, I'm spending some quality time with my son, or I'm with my daughter, or, you know what I mean, fam? Because one's one age and one, like, there's like a 5-year gap between them. Some things I do with my daughter, I don't do with my son. Some things I do with my son, I don't do. So it's spending time with them like that, plus spending time with them together. You know what I mean? And balancing all of it. Sometimes it does, I'm a private guy. Like, even like, I would say the last couple of months, I would definitely say I've heavily been on Instagram and all these socials, fam. This is not really what, this is not the part of the job that I like. You know what I mean? Like I would rather just make music and try and be as personal as I can, so you can just know what I've been on, rather than.
Well, you get that through your music, like listening to Spring Clean, for example, from last year. If you listen through that whole mixtape, you can, I would say almost through that whole mixtape, not knowing anything about you, you could listen start to finish and pretty much know
where my head was at.
But also know most of the essential things about you, the fact that you're a father, like everything that goes on with you through that. I've seen in other interviews and read that you're quite an introvert and you don't really like, you're not outgoing like that other than the music. So how do you find having to be on social media?
Sometimes I enjoy it, sometimes I don't like it. Even like down to the stupid, I know it sounds stupid, but it's not stupid if you're an artist, fam. Like, oh, this hasn't got as much likes as that one, and it's been up for half an hour, it doesn't look like it's gonna get the likes, and I'm snapping out of it, fam. But I've been there, you know what I mean, fam? Like, in that world where it's just horrible, fam. Like, sometimes I don't like posting pictures, and I don't want to have to like look nice for this gram. For you to embrace me as this artist that you've got in your head of me, you know what I mean, fam? Sometimes I am just a normal guy, so to speak, you know what I mean, fam? I don't always have to wear designer for you to see me, or, you know what I mean, for you to know, Dapz is doing something, he's active. But I realise it's social media, we have to do this, so
it's part of the game.
It's very hard for me, fam. But it's hard now as well, because it's becoming more of the game than it ever has been. I was out of the matrix. When you said hiatus, it was that I was off the matrix.
Off social media and everything.
Yeah, for a while. For about a good 4 months, I was just like not on there. Then I was like, oh, let me just check.
We're a bit jealous of that, I'm not going to lie.
See what's happening. You know what it is, fam? For the first 2 weeks, it was very hard, fam. And then after a while, I just started living, so to speak. I know it sounds mad, but like, even like my personal, I got a personal trainer training with me for this show that I'm doing. Right. He always says to me, "Yo, your
the
posture."
top's coming off then,
I don't know yet, fam. But look, he goes, your posture, like your head's down a lot. Your head's down a lot. I don't know why, bro. Because I'm on my phone, fam. I'm just looking at my phone, Of course, I'm gonna turn into an ostrich soon, fam. Like, I need to flex. You get me, fam? Like, not be on my phone, fam, just for a bit. So I've done that, and I got myself together and dropped off to work, and then turned. I feel like it's a new season, so I'm on game 2, fam. I'm an Arsenal fan as well, so we lost our first 2 games of this season, you get me, fam? I'm not going to take turn and off to work as losses, no way. But I would say that I've started slow, you know what I mean, game 2, so game 3 is coming up, fam. Game 4, champion settings will be game 5, game 6, you know what I'm saying, fam? Like, it's a season, fam. Try to get 38 games if I can, bro. You know what I mean?
So let's not brush over it quickly like that. So we spoke about Off to Work, and the new one that's out is Turnt. Mean and clean tune right there, bro.
Features my brother. He's here with me as well. Wavy Scorpz. Like, I give a lot of credit to him for this tune, because I had this tune for months, like months on end, and me and Scorpz, like, we roll in it. It's not just music, you know.
So Scorpz, another Birmingham artist.
Yeah, he's another Birmingham artist. Yeah.
When you coming on the channel, man?
He's ready. He's ready. But he's another Birmingham artist. Like, he's 019 in Birmingham is his. You know what I'm saying? From he's gonna definitely be that face that people are like, oh, okay. He used to love the tune. He used always to hear it and love it. I said to him, fam, do something to it and send it to me, and then we'll take it from there. And the chorus, fam, he was the one who set the tone, fam. You know what I mean? Of Way Too Turnt and Ever So Burst, bringing out my worst. That's like the way I spit as well. This is why he opened up a new chapter, fam, like on Champion Settings as well, because the way I spit isn't so spacey and breaky like how he does it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
He brought that vibe. That's why I was like, took a drink from Scorpz now, ever so wavy, when will I learn? Like,
right,
it's his vibe, you know what I mean, fam? So we just linked up and just joined forces, and that's it, fam.
Yeah. Talk to me about the video, the idea and the concept of the video.
Okay, so I was watching a lot of Black Mirror at the time, and a lot of it's set in the future, and we wanted to kind of like emulate that. So we were saying, let's pretend that grime was banned. Let's an incident where grime's banned, because grime's a bit slow right now in the UK anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So let's set it in the future a bit. Let's say grime's banned, and we're gonna put on an illegal grime rave in the sense of where, you know, we're not supposed to be doing this really and truly, and they're trying to find out where it is. The girl who's in custody or being interrogated, she's not letting on where we are, but because they've got all these wires on their head and stuff like that, they can find out where we are. They see it on the screen. They try and get there. By the time they get there, bare rubbish on the floor. We're not there, and we just have a little time. You know what I mean? Whilst. So yeah, it was just same kind of vibe as After Work, in the sense of the Matrixy kind of futuristic type thing, vibe. Yeah. I feel like Champion Settings is futuristic. That's why, if you ask me, in the sense of like, I don't know if it's going to be respected straight away, but I know that it's not going to be played for just a month. There's 8 tunes, but it doesn't feel like 8 songs. Right. And the songs are carefully structured and carefully composed, whereas another artist would be a bit more fast with the, like, not take as much care with the song, so to speak. You'll be able to tell that there's care being taken in the work when you hear it, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell that it wasn't just...
Yeah. I find that with all of your music though, it doesn't ever feel like it's kind of just rushed and just thrown out like on a one away, like let's just do it. It sounds like you put so much effort into it, man. This
is high level Dapz.
Yeah, high level Dapz.
Yeah, high level Dapz.
I like that.
What it's gonna surprise a lot of people. It's gonna excite a lot of people. It's gonna not disappoint people, but they're gonna respect Spring Clean more. Because Champion Settings isn't like Spring Clean.
Right,
you know what I mean? I feel like I gotta be careful and strategic on what the people hear from me as well. Because
but it's good to hear evolution.
Yeah, it is on there. There's definitely, I would say, about 3 tunes in that world. You know what I mean? That mellow, what we know Dapz for world.
Yeah.
But the CD is very energetic, fam. It's very energetic for Dapz as well. Like, it's very energetic, bro. I would say that. It's gonna make you smile. Yeah. 100%.
You sound excited, man. Is there a release date for Champion Setting yet?
23rd of November.
Yeah, a few days before the headline show in Birmingham.
That's why.
Let's talk about that.
It's mad. Like, I'm excited about 2 things. Normally, I'm supposed to be excited about 1. You know what I mean? Like just the show or just the CD. But the CD comes out, and then 4 days after, the show's here.
The show.
And I have to perform these new songs to these people, but I'm excited about that. That's like,
it seems like just enough time for them to learn the music as well.
Man.
Given it's a short album.
Yeah, and giving our attention span nowadays as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'll be listening to my music and be on Instagram to see what Scorpz has said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If I'm like, this is how we listen to music now. Hardly ever are we listening to music, just listening to the song, unless we're on a journey, unless we're in a car, unless we're on our own. You know what I mean? Even on your own, fam. Sometimes you got your phone in your hand. You get me, fam? So being in that world, I felt like 8 tracks is enough. I don't feel like I needed to bombard them with more than that right now. I feel like that's just enough. And as we start building momentum and picking up speed, we can jump into the album and give them more. But for now, 8's cool, man. 8's cool. Dapz supporters and people who love me probably will be a bit disappointed because of the wait and only having 8. They probably want more, but there's more in store. Like, for the second project, I want to talk about like my kids, like, and shed light on that world. How do I balance it? How you ask me? Let's go into detail on that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about their moms. Let's talk about their mothers. You know what I mean? How are they? How am I with them? You know what I mean? How are they with each other?
So multiple baby mums there. Bro, that must be an album in itself.
We got tunes to do. We got tunes to do, fam. Trust me. But that's the second project, fam. Like, not the first one. That's the second one. Yeah. So that style, I know people, if you've been listening to me for years, you've been used to that style from me, where it's been personal. It's like, yo, I relate because, yo, he's telling me what. Yeah, there's a couple of them, but it's not majority of those. It's the other way around. So as I said, it's going to make you appreciate Spring Clean more, because I feel like Spring Clean was more of that. Yeah, so you can listen to Spring Clean now and get a better understanding of Dapz on Champion Settings, because there's going to be less of that on Champion Settings. It's more, whoa, oh my gosh, screw your face, you're moving. It's that for a while, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited.
What song from the project are you most excited to perform at the headline show?
There's a couple.
Bruv, I can see the excitement on your face, you know. You're picturing it right now, innit?
Can't Sleep is mad for me, fam. I'm so sorry, fam. Yeah. Can't Sleep. Can't Sleep is mad for me, fam. Yeah, obviously Turnt. But even though Turnt's a banger, in my heart, some people say Turnt's my best tune, but in my heart, fam, like Can't Sleep for me is different. I feel like, he's featuring Blay Vision. He made the track for me, and he's on the chorus as well. Oh my gosh, fam.
So it sounds like the headline show is going to just be like a 60-minute mosh pit, just like...
At least 40 minutes of the show will be crazy, like a solid... Because you've even got Murder and All My Days, and I can throw them in as well. You know what I mean?
Man, of course.
But Champion Settings, out of the 8 tunes, I would say there's 5 that will definitely be mosh pits, like 5 of them. And then the other 3 will be more mellow and sing-alongs, you know what I mean? But plus, yeah, it's gonna be a solid half an hour, 40 minutes of rage,
you know.
Speed, oh my days, up to speed. Route, I'm gassed, you know. I'm gassed. You're putting me there. I'm gassed. The
adrenaline's kicked in already.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Let's get back on the road, man. Let's get back to regular transmission, man. Like, I know, like, even like the higher ups and that, I must have let enough of these like down, fam. You know what I mean? Like they've been rooting for me, looking at me like, yo, I rate Dappy. You mad? Dapz is hard. Rate Dapz, but I'm back now, and I'm...
So moving forward, then no more time off.
Yeah, man, because I've got a project now, and I've got tunes in the back catalogue that I'm slowly working on and building and finishing off, and I'm kind of like 6 months ahead of myself right now, so to speak.
Yeah.
So with that little gap in mind, I know no messing about now, innit? Let's do it properly and let's stay, because there's so much rides on this. Like, my sanity rides on this. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
This is why my music comes across like that, so inspirational and so like striving, because I've got responsibilities. You know what I mean? I've got kids. I've got myself that I need to take care of. You know what I mean? I've got bills. It's real life settings, but I'm an artist. You know what I mean, fam? So this is why the music sounds like that. But I feel like Champion Settings, I kind of let my hair down a little bit and not stress about the constant battle that us musicians have to face, and just be more content and grateful in the moment that I'm in.
Yeah, that's good to hear from you, man. It sounds like you're in an amazing space right now. So tell them again about the headline show. Where can they get tickets, etc., etc.?
Just go on any of my socials, or go on ticketsellers.com. Socials at Dapz On The Map, so DAPZ on the map. Everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't have Snapchat.
Don't blame me, it's rubbish.
I don't have Snapchat, fam.
It's rubbish.
You know, as I said, I got a problem with every minute. You know what I mean, fam? Yeah. So that, I feel like that's the highest version of that.
It's horrendous.
It's the worst one, fam. That was wild. So, yeah, I'm out here, bruv. 23rd of November, O2 Academy, Birmingham.
27th.
27th is the 27th is the show.
Yeah.
23rd is Champion Settings. Bloody, bro, this is what I'm saying. They're so close to each other, fam. You know what I mean? 23rd Champion Settings, the EP. Excited to let that one go. Can't wait for you to hear that one. If you rate me, you're gonna love that.
Yeah.
And 27th is the show. O2 Academy. It's a Tuesday as well, so it's kind of like an odd one.
On a school night, but it doesn't matter. The fans will be there, bro.
We gotta get wavy on a school night. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're going to end November on a high and climb into December. We've got a few more things in December, and going into 2019 on a high, man. Champion Settings, mean and clean.
Exciting times.
Mad and bad.
Let's get it. Alright, it's DJ Double here with Dapz On The Map.
Respect, family tree.